What is up, everyone? This is Frank over here from PlayerEssence.com, and I have a question for all my loyal users out there. What is your ideal launch lineup for the NX? What type of games do you want to see out for it? Now, this is realistic. Obviously, we would all love to have Smash Bros, Mario Kart, Zelda, Pikmin, Super Mario, all of those games all at launch, but that's not really realistic. So what I want from you guys, because I'll actually be doing a bigger video on this, but for right now, I want to ask, what is your ideal launch lineup realistically for the Nintendo NX, which includes first-party titles, third-party titles from AAA developers, and also indie developers, because that's more realistic. It's going to be a mix of all three. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But for this video, I will give you guys a little snippet of what I'm thinking as far as Nintendo's ideal launch lineup. So number one, I think there definitely has to be that Zelda game. The Legend of Zelda Wii U that's coming out, or the Legend of Zelda, the next game, I think that has to be a port on the Nintendo NX, or there has to be a digital version of that Wii U game like they did Super Mario Galaxy 2 for the Wii. I think there has to be some type of port or digital version for the Nintendo NX, because that is a huge title. Legend of Zelda always moves consoles, especially at the beginning of the life of a system, and having that type of game, that huge open world game, to instill confidence in the Nintendo fan base and also to bring in new people is going to be very key. The next thing that I would love to see is a Metroid game. I think it's long overdue. The Metroid fans have been suffering for quite some time now, just because after Other M, which a lot of Metroid fans didn't even like, we haven't really got anything. A lot of Nintendo fans went out there and purchased Metroid Prime Trilogy on the Wii. A lot of Nintendo fans went out there and purchased Metroid Prime Trilogy again on the Wii U digitally. So I think it's time that Nintendo brings back that franchise, and I would like to see it maybe in the launch or even in the launch window. So I will extend it a little bit for the launch window, because you know how Nintendo likes to do that. So I will say between launch and launch window, 4 to 5 months after the system launches, what do you want to see? So I would love to see The Legend of Zelda. I would also like to see Metroid, and I do think that there needs to be a big Super Mario game, a 3D Mario game that infuses the best elements of 2D and 3D, kind of like how Galaxy did, where there was those 2D levels, and then they also have the amazing levels to where they go. Now, here's the thing. I think people really want a Mario 64 type game, but I'm not 100% sold on that formula for the new generation. So I would love to see a little bit more of a hybrid between Super Mario Galaxy and between Mario 64, to where you have levels that are open sandboxes, but within those levels you can blast off and go to little different areas and solve quick puzzles like you did in Super Mario Galaxy. I think that was one of the most fun things about Galaxy. You were quickly on a little island, you were solving something, you were doing something, then you were blasting off to the next one, collecting star bits. It was such a fast-paced and exciting game, even to the point where Miyamoto calls it somewhat of an action game. And I do like that about Super Mario Galaxy. I think that's one of the best qualities. When you combine great level design with that type of fast pace, you really can't match it in any other genre, in my opinion. I'm not a huge platformer person, but Mario Galaxy sits up there as one of my favorite franchises as far as the Mario series goes. It actually is my favorite one, and it's more of a tie between that and Super Mario Bros. 3. But Super Mario Bros. 3 had a lot of those elements that you saw in Galaxy, a lot of the action stuff. I love the different suits, I love the power-ups, and Galaxy had those crazy suits, those power-ups that I like. So I do want to see a little bit of a hybrid between the three of them, Super Mario Bros. 3, Mario 64, and Galaxy, if they can't do that. Nintendo did say that they're going to take Super Mario in a new direction, or it's time to. So we're going to have to wait and see. I think they're going to have something crazy planned. Now, as far as indie games go, I would love to see Shinin on the console at launch, and I think that that's going to happen, whether it's a port of one of their older games like they did with Nano Assault Neo for the Wii U, or whether it's a brand new game that's yet to be seen. But I will take anything they have. I think they're a very important developer for Nintendo, and I think they're just as important as any big publisher for Nintendo, considering that they make games exclusively. Another game that I would like to see is actually something from Yacht Club Games, Shovel Knight, something like that on the system, the next Shovel Knight 2 on the NX. I think that would be a great thing for Nintendo and Yacht Club Games to work on. Maybe it doesn't have to be exclusive to Nintendo for the full duration, which I don't think it would be, but to have that at launch would be a huge game. And I also think, as far as major games, obviously I want to see Dragon Quest, I want to see Square Enix, I want to see Final Fantasy. Those are the type of games that I would love to see, Japanese RPGs on the system. I do think that they need to talk to Sega about Fantasy Phantasy Star Online, something like that would also be really good. They need to really hit all the areas. I think the Wii U covered a couple things at launch when it came to American games, but the RPG genre, all they really had was Darksiders and Mass Effect, and those were older games. I do want to see newer games. I do want to see games that just launched, and I think that's why it's imperative to get this system out the sooner the better, as long as they can get the games ready and everything like that. Definitely don't want to rush anything. And I do think that Western third-party games are going to have to be key. I think that Nintendo needs to make sure that they get Madden on the system. They need to make sure they have NBA 2K. I think those games are really important for some people. And if Nintendo can somehow strike some type of deal to where they can get those games on the system every single year and fully featured, not missing features, but fully featured like all the other versions, that would be a good sign, especially for prospects of other people outside of the Nintendo fandom buying the NX. Alright, so that's just a little snippet of what I'm thinking. I definitely have a bigger video planned for my ideal launch lineup for the Nintendo NX. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say on the matter. Alright, so that wraps it up for this video. Make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more videos just like this. And also subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, shows, tips, and tricks on all things gaming. Thank you so much, guys, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.